Hey guys, welcome to my channel, and if you've been here before, welcome back. Thank you for coming back. This is gonna be another make it or buy it video. Today we are going to see, or I'm going to see, about making butter. So this is a very basic one, I understand, but it's one that I don't think any of us really do. I mean, there's people out there who actually do churn their own butter and make their own butter, and shout out to the Amish. It's just so available in the stores that most of us just go and buy it. But I thought I would give my little hand at making it myself. So I have done this maybe once or twice in my life. And it really is a fairly simple process. I think the only complicated or part that gets kind of hard or tricky is the rinsing it out and then salting it. I kind of felt like the last time I can remember that was a little bit and that's what kind of was my hesitation. I want to make it. Not only that, but I don't actually have a butter mold. I would like to get that someday where you can make your own sticks of butter. That would probably make it a lot easier to measure, because that's mostly what I use the butter for, is baking. I either just use butter for baking or I use it for toasting. I put it on toast, not toasting. And maybe I'll take it and put it in a pan, whatever. But that's pretty much it. So I really like to be able to measure my butter, is what I'm trying to get at here. I'm gonna go ahead and try to make some butter and see if it can be a fairly simple, easy process. Maybe the last time I did it, maybe I just complicated it. I don't know. So I'm willing to give it another chance. I am going to be using my KitchenAid mixer. I understand that a lot of people probably don't have a KitchenAid mixer. So it's really nice that I have one, because then I can just kind of let that do the work. There are so many ways to make butter. I mean, come on, our ancestors used to make their own butter. So I've heard of where you can put it in, put some cream in a jar and just keep shaking it. I remember doing that one time as a kid on a field trip. Us kids took a field trip somewhere and churned our own butter. So that was kind of cool. We just shook it in a jar, and that was how we made butter. So I'm gonna use my KitchenAid mixer. I've also seen this recipe. I actually just recently looked up, because I wanted to look up and make sure I was doing it right. I guess there's really no wrong way to do it. You just put the cream in the bowl and let it mix until it becomes butter. That's really all it is. There's no adding anything else to it. But I just wanted to kind of see how that process goes again. So, but in this particular recipe that I'm going to kind of use as a guide, and I'll leave linked below, they used a blender. So I feel like a lot of people have a blender. So you can use a blender or a food processor, and she has a look of panic. She's over there pooping her pants and she looks like she's panicking. Should I be scared too? Yeah, she smiles. That's great. You had such a good nap. Oh my goodness, you guys gotta see her. Did you have a good nap? Huh? You just waking up, hearing all the noises. So I actually gotta get going on making this butter, because I got dinner to go to later tonight. And that's actually just in a little bit. I gotta start heading down to my mother-in-law's. Still, I'm gonna go ahead and get going on that and make the best of my time here. Oh, before I get started though, I want to go over the cost effectiveness of butter, because we're gonna test out to see if it's easy to make, but we're also gonna test out, I guess, the taste. I don't think it's gonna taste any different than store-bought butter. And it's gonna have to be my family that tests that, because my sense of taste is still not the greatest. So I'm not gonna be able to tell the difference between store-bought or homemade, other than maybe texture. So I don't really know about that one. And then cost effectiveness. This one I'm really not sure about. It depends on how much butter you can get out of a carton of heavy cream. Heavy cream is getting expensive, I've realized. Oh, you got a present for me, don't you? Yeah, you do. Oh, you're so funny. I'm gonna look real quick at the prices of butter versus heavy cream. I think we should just compare basic to basic. That's what I'm using today. I'm not using anything organic, so we can all just assume that organic is going to be more expensive. So it shows here at Aldi, which is the cream I'm going to be using. At Aldi, the heavy cream is $5.19. Now let's search butter, and I better go to Aldi for that too, because we're comparing the price of heavy cream, Aldi heavy cream to Aldi butter. For a whole pound of butter at Aldi, it's $3.55. It depends on how much heavy cream can or how much heavy cream can how do I want to say this? How much heavy cream can make butter? Is that right? Okay, I'm back. It's been a few hours. So I'm gonna make butter in my KitchenAid mixer, and I've done this before, so I'm a little bit familiar with it, but I am going to reference back to like a recipe. There's really not a recipe to make butter. It's just keep either shaking or blending the butter, the heavy cream until it becomes butter. But I'm going to look at the directions I found online. I'll leave them below in the description, so you guys can also reference it too. Let's see. So I got it actually just from allrecipes.com. It's just homemade butter. That's how I searched it. Homemade butter. We're going to make 1 cup of butter from 2 cups of heavy cream, and then 1/4 teaspoon for salt. That doesn't seem like a lot of salt. Like, I'm just trying to think like how you're going to sprinkle it. Whatever. It says to pour heavy cream into a food processor or blender. So you can use a food processor or a blender. I'm going to use a KitchenAid mixer. Where's this part? It says to drain it. Now, I always thought you were supposed to rinse it too. I've rinsed it like with cold water. Rinse it with cold water. It just says strain off liquid and press into a small bowl. Okay, my son is home now, so I'm gonna go ahead and get working on this right away. No more talking. If I need to add anything else, I'll put it in like the description or do in voiceover or something. So I'm gonna use that again. I guess I'm using Walmart heavy cream today. If 2 cups of heavy cream yields only 1 cup of butter, yet you'll get buttermilk out of it too. I don't know. I'm already kind of making my mind up right now. I feel like where I don't know if it was worth making it yourself. I think that this would be well worth it more if like I had my own cow and had my own dairy. I just feel like, I don't know, but we're gonna give it a try anyways. The only good thing is that you get buttermilk out of this, and then you can reuse that and, you know, make buttermilk biscuits, whatever. Because a lot of times I don't buy buttermilk, and then I opt out of making anything that uses buttermilk because buttermilk is just that extra expensive ingredient. So maybe if I were to be planning on making more stuff with buttermilk, I think, or even like if I wasn't planning on it, maybe it'd be worth it to me then to make butter and get buttermilk out of it, and then I can, like if I made buttermilk biscuits, I can use my homemade butter on those biscuits. That to me then I think would be worth it, but we're gonna give this a shot. Maybe we'll get more than 1 cup. I don't know, we'll see. Alright, so I'm just gonna turn this up. Okay, I have this on 4, on speed 4. There it goes. I'm gonna go ahead and let this do its thing for probably about like 10 minutes or so. You guys probably don't want to really hear that or see that for 10 minutes. So I'm just gonna go ahead and just save myself some camera time as well. I'm gonna go ahead and just stop the video here, and then I'll pick it back up when this is done. And I'll keep track of the time too. Okay, I'm back and I got Charlotte with me this time. So our butter is all done. I'll show you guys what it looks like. So this is what it looks like when it's all done. And now I just have to strain this off. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and get this straining. I don't know how many, should I just wear you? Yep, I'm gonna go get it. I'll be right back. Let me try this quickly. I think my husband and my daughter just got home. So, all the interruptions, huh, honey? Okay, so I think how I'm gonna do this is I have a little strainer.
But I'm coming.
Okay, so we got butter here. And then now we have buttermilk. So we've got about, what, a cup of buttermilk? So that's not bad. And I can use that for biscuits or something else. We'll see what I decide to use it for. So now I'm just gonna go ahead and add the salt. So one recipe said a quarter teaspoon of salt, another recipe said a teaspoon of salt. I'm gonna go with the teaspoon, that makes more sense to me. We'll see how it looks. Okay. Alright, maybe we'll go somewhere in the middle of the road, like half a teaspoon. I don't know. Or I'll mix this in first and then I'll see if it needs more. I couldn't find the actual mason jar I would have liked to have used, but I did find this short, squatty jelly one. So we're gonna give this a try. I think it should all fit in here, but we'll see. Alright. I'm gonna go ahead and get a thumbnail picture real quick because this looks kind of cool. Alright, so that fits perfectly in this. I could have packed it down in there a little bit more, but it's alright. As long as I can get the lid on it, it's fine. I got this lid for the butter. And then we'll put the buttermilk in here. There we go. And there we go. We got two things out of one. I don't know if it's really worth it to me to make my own butter. It wasn't really hard. I guess it was really simple. So it took about probably about 20 minutes or more just for the KitchenAid, just to make it into butter. I guess that's not too bad. I don't know what it would take if you're using like an old-fashioned butter churner, so I don't want to complain. But it was like really noisy. I think it'd be kind of annoying to have to like listen to the KitchenAid on speed 4 for like 20 minutes. To say if I would do it or buy it, if I'd rather make it or buy it, I don't know. I think I may rather buy it at this point, unless like I was getting heavy cream very cheap. Like if heavy cream was very cheap, like cheaper than butter, I would for sure be buying it and making my own butter. But right now I used 2 cups of heavy cream, and I think there's about 4 cups in a carton of heavy cream. There should be, because if it's a quart of heavy cream, it should be 4 cups. So 2 cups of heavy cream, so half the carton of heavy cream, yielded just 1 cup of butter. So when you're looking at it that way, 1 carton of heavy cream would yield 1 pound of butter. And right now, heavy cream is more expensive than butter, so it doesn't really make sense to me to be buying heavy cream to turn into butter, unless just for the simple fact of, you know, you want to make it taste better. However, I did notice, I want to check one other thing. So I noticed that in the heavy cream that we were using, I noticed the ingredients were not just heavy cream. It contains carrageenan, mono, and diglyceride polysorbate 80. I don't really know what those things mean. This one from Aldi though contains just cream and then less than 5% of Jello gum. So it sounds like they put like thickener agents in it to make it thicker, kind of like they do with like almond milk and stuff. So when you're also looking at it that way, where like if you get butter and it's just cream, I want to check my butter now just to see. So I got 2 different kinds of butter. I got one that's just from Aldi, and this is just pasteurized cream and salt. This one is the Walnut Creek brand. This is kind of more of like an Amish country brand. Same exact thing, pasteurized cream and salt. So really, just buying your butter would probably be a better option than trying to make it at least from heavy cream, unless you're using like maybe organic heavy cream or something a little bit more natural. Again, if I had my own cow and I was getting my own milk from my own cow, of course I would be making that into butter. But right now, I don't have a cow yet. Unless Daniel decides to get me a cow. He says no. Daniel says that if this video gets 2 likes, he'll get me a cow. I only need 2 thumbs up, guys, and I'll get a cow. Right, Daniel? He's kind of kidding. But just try. Leave in the comments that we need a cow. So I'll put a poll in the community section, and then you guys can go ahead and vote on that, if that's something that you would rather make, or if you'd just rather buy it. It is getting late here, so I need to get kids to bed. I know, you're one of them, aren't you? Yeah. If you're not already a subscriber, go ahead and subscribe to this channel so you can see more videos. And if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Remember, only 2 thumbs up and I'll get a cow. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.